In the early 1980s, young women began disappearing along a stretch of highway south of Seattle. Most were runaways, sex workers, or teenagers living on the margins of society. People a killer believed no one would miss. As bodies started surfacing near the Green River, detectives launched what would become one of the largest serial murder investigations in American history. Tonight, we begin the story of Gary Ridgway. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. Sometimes in life, everybody could use a do-over. Bill Clinton when he left his baby batter on the blue dress. BTK when police snookered him into sending that floppy disk. Even Mike Namapod with his flaccid wiener on the night the great Evel Knievel left this world. So stick around. Tonight, we're giving this prolific sack of shit the redo he deserves. This is Necronomapod.
All right, so 7 years later, as the kids say, we're running it back. Revisit on Gary Ridgway, a redo, a make good sort of thing. Ian, why are we here?
Well, 7 years ago now has it been? I don't know. It was when we were first dabbling around with the idea of bonus shows. I'm like, oh, this would be a good idea. Let's do Gary Ridgway as a bonus. I think that was in the first 6 months too.
It was definitely early on. And it's kind of a heavy hitter to be like, bonus show, 20 minutes.
It was 43 minutes long, too.
It was short, yeah.
God damn. We're not even getting warmed up these days in 43 minutes.
Right. And 20 minutes of that was Baby Gary Dada. So the actual content was like 23 minutes.
Our notes were just 4 paragraphs.
Probably.
The guys, can you do some fill? I'm like, Gaga, da, baby, ga, dada, why pee pee, dada.
But so I think your point, Ian, was that like there was a bunch of heavy hitters we did early that like before we found our rhythm and our voice and kind of your research and how you do things that you're like, oh, I'd love another crack at that.
Yeah, there's a solid chunk of, man, even ones that people say that they love from back then, like 2020, even some like 2020 episodes, that series that people love. I feel like nowadays, just how things have changed and whatever. I feel like we could just fucking make some of those absolutely good episodes, and we missed out on a ton of information in some of those. So maybe in the future, this is not like, I don't want to get into the habit where we're like cranking out redos every month, but you know, every once in a while after we've done a bunch of new stuff in a row, maybe it's time to jump back and give like Rock Terrio and the Anthill Kids a full 3-part that they deserve instead of another 45-minute one, you know.
45 minutes while talking in soup cans.
Correct.
What's it? How you say that guy's name? Rock Terrio?
We've upgraded a little bit on the equipment as well, which will make this even better.
It'll be a crapshoot at the beginning of every month. What are we doing this month? Cranking our hogs or cranking out redos? I don't know. What do you guys feel like?
A little both. New t-shirt, cranking hogs and cranking redos.
But like Gary Ridgway, this one, redoing this got me looking back at, I look back at the Betty and Barney Hill one, which was 1 part. And yeah, it's the same thing. We like fucking just shortchanged the shit out of that. Like we should, that's definitely going to be a part 2 when we redo that one. And that one didn't even have the intro to it.
God damn. And it was half of it was just me mocking Betty Hill and us talking about Delcy the dog.
Yeah. Yep.
I was going to say, I thought we already did redo that one. We didn't?
No, we talked about it a couple times.
Okay.
It was like on the list a couple times, but we never, I don't think we actually ever pulled the trigger on it. Well, we didn't.
Yeah, I don't ever go back and look at the notes very much at all ever. So I don't remember what I write necessarily, but the Gary Ridgway one was like, this is fucking absurd. I have gone back and read the UFO disclosure ones before because I like I kind of use those as like a resume of like, oh, this is something I wrote that I thought was really good. But other than that, no, I don't go back and look at them. So Gary Ridgway was a surprise, and I'm sure any of those other old ones that I would go back and read will be a surprise.
What we've already said since the start of this show is now half of the original Gary Ridgway episode. We're already like halfway through the length, and we haven't even got into it yet.
And he's potentially the most prolific serial killer in history, next to Samuel Little. And there's a chance that he was lying about some of the totals. So who knows?
Dave, no spoilers. We'll get to that.
All right, man.
The nice thing with the benefit of time with Gary Ridgway too is that technology keeps advancing so much and so fast that there's a case from 2 years ago, maybe last year, that we can we'll wrap up on part 3 with. So yeah, there's a lot of current stuff too.
And one of the perks, like you said, of doing this 7 years later, you get some of that shit that comes out.
And I'm going to remind you guys, I can't remember exactly who it was, but there was a series we covered on somebody and they ended up dying within 2 weeks after we put it out. And I'll remind you, we did a Gary Ridgway OT at the end of last year that said he was terminally ill on his deathbed. So maybe this redo will cause the end of the life of Gary Ridgway in the next 4 weeks. So we'll see.
All right. One can hope.
When did we do that OT? Was that in December?
I think it was, yeah.
Wow.
Lie, apparently, because it's fucking June now.
Wow.
Yeah, I would assume that's probably some of that DNA evidence that we'll get to talk about in part 3.
Well, look at us, 7.5 years, and they said we wouldn't make it 7.5 days.
Yes, they did.
Much like Gary Ridgway in prison, we're beating the odds.
So Gary Leon Ridgway was born on February 18th, 1949 in Salt Lake City, Utah. His father, Thomas, drove a bus for the city, and his mom, Mary, ran the house. She's going to come up a lot in this story because she's kind of the root of a lot of issues. Gary was the middle of 3 boys, an older brother, Greg, who was the smart one, and a younger brother who just kind of seems lost to history. And Gary was the one stuck in the middle, seen as the one who couldn't quite keep up with his older brother. When Gary was about 11, so this would be in 1960, the family moved out to Washington, to the Macon Heights area near SeaTac, south of Seattle, right by the airport. And Thomas, his father, drove his bus route along that same strip by the airport. It's a stretch of Pacific Highway South where a lot of sex workers worked, and he would complain about them.
Thomas would.
Thomas, yes.
Mary, that whore tried to suck my cock for $10 again today on the bus route, and gosh darn it, I'm tired of it.
Can you believe she wouldn't accept $5?
Tried to talk her down, but she wasn't going for it. Gary, don't ever pay those whores. They're not worth it. Be a good boy, Gary Leon.
So Thomas, Gary's dad, was very passive, and Mary was the exact opposite. Relatives talked about her hitting the kids, beating them with a belt or a stick. Gary's second wife, years later, said Mary used to yell at Thomas constantly, and she brought up an incident where Mary had broken a plate over Thomas's head, and Thomas just got up out of the room and left, didn't say a word.
Look, not to defend Mary or anything, but if someone put Gary Ridgway in your womb, you might be inclined to break a few things on their head, too.
She handled all the money in the house. She bought Gary's clothes for him well past the age that you would expect. Like, we're talking into like adulthood kind of shit.
That's embarrassing. Come on, honey, we're going to Dillard's. You got to go try on some clothes.
Oh, Gary was a Sears guy for sure.
Is that your difference? Is that like a
Sears and Dillard's?
Yeah.
I
No, they're just
a big
apart.
difference.
Is there?
Well, Sears clothes versus Dillard's clothes? Yeah, I don't think those are the same.
Oh, I just see them as department stores, so that's bad enough, right? Like they're just department stores. Is there? I didn't know there was a hierarchy.
I think Dillard's has name brand shit. Sears is kind of like like the Kmart, I think.
Agree.
Kind of shit.
Sears, Macy's, Dillard's, Penny's. If you're in one, you're in all of them.
I think there's tiered
No.
things.
If you're buying stuff at those stores, it's the same. It's the same.
Is Dillard's out in Crocker Park? Do they have one out there?
I don't ever go out there. I'm not sure.
Whatever one is in Crocker Park is the top tier.
I thought they all
department
closed
stores.
anyways. Are there still some of those around?
Dillard's?
Any of them?
I
thought
Dillard's. I go to Dillard's sometimes.
I
still
thought they all
Dillard's.
shut down.
Dillard's and Macy's at South Park out here by us. Sears is gone.
Yeah, so is
Kmart and
Penny's.
Sears gone.
Penny's is gone too.
Not in South Park though.
Oh, really?
That's a lower tier. Pennies.
Yeah.
No more discounts.
I had no idea there was rankings to department stores.
Look at you, pal. Buy whatever you want. No cost associated. You don't care.
I just don't go in them.
Yeah, whatever one's out in Crocker Park. I think it's Dillard's is the bougie one.
I'll meet you guys after. I'm at Buckle buying affliction shirts.
I shop at Nordstrom's, pal. I don't go to any of those dive stores. No,
Maybe
I'm
that's-
kidding. No.
Is Nordstrom? Do we have those? Is there a
on the
Nordstrom?
east side, not out here.
That's like Legacy Village, right?
Yeah, not on the lowly west side. You're not going to find a Nordstrom.
Bunch of fucking plebes out here.
Technically, we're South Side, right? Are you
Yeah,
associating
yeah.
us with the West?
Well, I'm from
Is that-
the city of Cleveland. I'm west side for life.
Yeah.
So even though I reside out in Medina now,
We don't have any department stores. We're too good for that.
that's true.
We have Marshalls and Five Below.
Tractor Supply.
Go get your clothes there. Tractor Supply.
So Mary was also well known around the neighborhood. She stood out. She wore very low cut tops. She had big hair with heavy makeup. I mean, I don't know how much that is, or
That's jerk off material there, buddy.
Yeah.
Mrs. Ridgway.
I know books.
Jesus.
I know books talk about her and stuff like she is like a smoke show kind of thing, but I think she's just
You don't think that's a smoke show, pal?
no.
You wouldn't put your wiener in
My
Mrs. Gary
goodness.
Ridgway's mom?
She looks like an SNL character.
I think she's just stood out like in a neighborhood of very bland women,
Yeah.
kind of thing, because she did wear low cut tops and
Well,
stuff.
there you go. That's gonna. I mean,
Like,
when everyone else is dressing conservative and you got one showing some cleave, she's gonna get more notice, even
Agree.
with that ridiculous haircut.
Agree.
people in the neighborhood talked about a story where some of the kids were filling up a neighbor's pool, and part of the water was coming from the pipe was coming over into the Ridgway's property, and Mary came out and scolded the boys for wasting water. And how this is told is it's like the veil slipped a bit, and it's like, oh, I wonder what she's like behind closed doors, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like that was a little excessive.
The
kind of
water's
thing.
expensive, man.
Yeah. But like behind the scenes, she was shattering plates over Thomas's head.
This was like she's not just that jerk off material.
Yeah.
She might be a mean woman. Then you start having like the degradation porn, right? Like, oh, just call me a pathetic bitch and spit on me. Like that. Yeah. She opened up a whole new fantasy for all these horny dads around the neighborhood. Close my pipes. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I certainly don't have that kink. I would never want anyone to spit on me.
Spit right on your nipples.
That's certainly probably a kink out there.
Gary wet his bed into his early teens.
Loser.
The way his mom dealt with it was to bathe him afterwards, like wash his genitals, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times in front of his brothers, like shame him.
Like a
for-
humiliation thing.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I was right about
You called it, pal.
that's what the husbands were wishing she did. She would come shame them and wash their genitals.
I wet the bed too, Mrs. Bridgeway.
100% her glasses had a chain around it, right?
Oh,
Like they
yeah,
had to have
yeah.
had that chain.
Did they have it in that picture?
I
showed
didn't
you
see it
guys?
specifically, but just the way they looked and with that hair, like,
Oh, yeah.
do you see a chain? Or
I do not, but,
But it
I
has
agree
to.
with you. It's in the back. Sure.
Like she was said to have been out sunbathing a lot. So I think that's
Really?
probably, so I think this probably is. Like she was just like wearing a bathing suit out there and everyone's like, oh my God.
And at a time when like women didn't necessarily do that.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking the dads are in their bathrooms looking out the window with binoculars like, oh, Mary's out sunbathing again.
Well, and her washing Gary after he pisses the bed and stuff got him super confused because he hated her, but then he'd see her sunbathing and he said that he wanted to, bang his mom, but at the same time wanted to kill her.
Well, that's conflicting emotions for sure, Gary. Oh, did Mama give you a boner again, washing little Gary? Let's get you to Sears and buy some new tighty whities.
I mean, it doesn't give him an excuse for what he did. I'm sure we'll say this a bunch of times, but that's not like that's gonna fuck you up if you're like 13 years old and your mom's doing that to you.
Like if you're still wetting the bed into your teens, you probably need some kind of emotional help or counseling. You're not getting that. And then your mom is now washing you and touching you in front of your brothers.
Yeah,
that's not
gotta
okay.
Be real awkward for his brothers too.
Yeah, they're like,
Dave, would that kind of touching be allowed in your AI kink you have? Moms washing their teen sons. Would that be allowed in your AI?
I think it belongs in the discussion.
Just wanted to see where we're going to put the lines here.
Look, if it's kiddie porn is okay. I don't think there's another line.
The line is crossed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if it was just naked photos or if there's going to be sex acts. I don't know. And does it happen in a Sears dressing room? Can you do that?
With AI, you can bring back the Sears of the glory days. Sure.
Is Sears completely gone, like folded?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think there's any of them left.
Kmart bought them out, and then it was a big mess. And I think some hedge fund guy they brought in essentially bankrupted the company. And
didn't people used to go to like Sears to like buy albums and stuff? Am I mixing that up with another like department type store?
I don't remember it's Sears. No.
Was there any place like that you would go to like get music? I swore it was like you go to Sears like before my time, or maybe when I was a little kid. Not Sears. They didn't do that. It was just clothes.
Well, automotive and stereo.
That's right.
equipment,
That's right. They
all
did the
that
car stuff.
Yeah.
So they did stereos, but they wouldn't sell like music, almost like a Best Buy type.
They may have, not that I recall. I remember buying like my last very large TV there, like a 36-inch Toshiba that weighed fucking 300 pounds or something crazy.
You should have went back when they were going out of business. You probably could have got a good deal.
You probably could have.
One of those everything must go sales.
Yeah.
Did they all? I guess this blew my mind that there's like tiers to department stores. Did they all sell like the bedding and stuff? Like I would walk through them going into the mall and you would see like the gimmick beds with like the blankets and everything on them.
Yeah, I think
Did they all do that?
I think so.
So they all did the same thing. It was just like the quality was
Dillard's
different.
doesn't do that, do they? Or do they?
I think they do.
Do they?
You're getting outside of my area of expertise here,
Yeah.
but
I'm still enlightened. This whole time I just thought a department store was a department store.
like Sears did not have nice clothes. That was,
That was the joke. Like that was like, oh, where'd you get those jeans, Sears?
right. Yeah,
Fucking loser. I can't wait to beat the shit out of you after school. With your cheap clothes. Mine are from Pennies. So suck it. And then the Dillard's guy comes and cucks both of you.
That's right.
This is great. I'm going to start doing department store play in my Cucks Across America. Like the guy's going to come home and be he's going to be a Sears employee and I'm going to be a Dillard's employee fucking his wife. This is going to be great.
Where'd you get that wedding ring? Sears.
I love it. And I'm going to be using the bedding from Dillard's, not from Sears. And I'm going to make him and his wife sleep in that bedding.
You could never afford this, pal.
It's going to have that stage lighting over the bed. It's all fucking bright. All right. This is good.
Yeah. I unlocked a whole new business opportunity for you.
Yeah. Coming soon. Your department store fetish.
It's kind of worth pointing out, I think, that a lot of those type of stories come from Gary himself and stories that he told psychologists later on when they were working on his defense. And Gary, by his own admission, he lies a lot. When he was asked point blank, though, whether or not any of that made him become what he became, he said no. He said that he just hated sex workers and didn't want to pay them.
I was going to ask this earlier, but I wanted to wait till you got to this part. So do we think his mom was actually washing his genitals? Or is that something he came up with?
Could go either way.
We just don't know.
It would be very odd.
It would be.
Like, was she just a stern...
It's a different thing to do.
Was she a fine, nice woman who just ran a stern household, and that was really all it was? And then he, years later, made up this whole thing.
I think abusive would be fair with like the smashing plates. Like that shit's legit. Like she was beating
Over
people's asses.
Her husband's head. Yeah.
With belts and stuff. Like she wasn't nice. It didn't sound like. But
okay.
I don't know that she was doing the like borderline sexual shit
Didn't
to
maybe
him.
not quite as far as he made it out to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a kid, Gary struggled in school bad enough that he was held back 2 grades. He was dyslexic, and his IQ tested him down into the low 80s.
Low 80s.
Pee-wee's brutal tonight.
He's laughing about all kind of shit.
Yeah. Poor kid's just wet in the bed.
He didn't finish high school until he was about 20 years old. The prosecutor who spent a long time studying him then ends up writing a book about this case later on, made the case that it's like Gary was very slow or, intellectually disabled, but one thing he was good at was killing. And like that was it. I don't know. That's kind of true. Maybe to a degree. It might be a little sensationalized.
I'm going to sell some books with that theory.
Yeah. That does sound a little Hollywood-ish, like, oh, he was only good at one thing.
Yeah.
But
And that thing he excelled at.
it is kind of true in a way. The prosecutor also said that the only time she ever saw any emotion come out of Gary was when he cried during talking about being a kid and being afraid of being put on the short bus as a kid. Like that's the only time he ever showed any emotion.
I'm sure that's not fun.
No, but I mean, that's one of the things with Gary that's really irritating to me because him crying, like that's after the fact. That's like being an adult and after you've been arrested for all this stuff. And,
And his only sadness is pity for himself,
Right.
not the women, young girls he killed.
Yeah, like a normal kid, like, yeah, that would be super, super sad, whatever. But like you're crying about it as an adult, dude.
You don't get a pity party.
Right. There's also other issues with Gary. He set fires. He also hurt animals. He shot a cat inside a freezer and let it die. He shot birds with a BB gun, which him and his brothers did that together, and that could be seen a lot of different ways. That's nothing. You know what I mean? Like that could be seen as a precursor to hunting. You know what I mean?
I've shot birds with guns
Right.
before.
And he wet the bed, which we already covered. So those 3 things, animal cruelty, fire setting, and bedwetting, are the McDonald triad. The idea from the early 60s that those 3 behaviors in a kid predict a violent killer down the road. And Gary is like the poster child for this idea, right? Because he checks all 3. So the McDonald triad has pretty much been picked apart. The guy who came up with it was a psychiatrist named John McDonald. And back in 1963, he looked at about 100 of his patients, half of them psychotic, half not. And the thing they all had in common was they'd threatened to kill someone. Not done it, just threatened it. And off of that, he noticed these 3 behaviors showed up a lot. He said himself, it wasn't meant to predict anything. And he later backed off of this whole thing completely. The bedwetting piece, especially, has been pointed out as just like basically junk science.
Sounds like something a bedwetter would say.
Are you accusing John McDonald of anything?
No. No, I'm not.
Isn't John Bonet wetting her bed one of the excuses that those dumbos use to claim her mom killed her? Like banged her head off the sink or something?
Yep.
Yeah. Were her sheets wet that night?
I don't remember.
I don't either. I hope they weren't so I can shove that back in their face.
Do it.
You can just say it anyways.
Wow. They weren't even wet that night. No, because then people are like, oh, fuck you, they were.
Right.
Mike Namapod's an idiot. I can sells right here in my research.
All the Reddit pages will be so happy. Wasn't it that on Reddit that someone like called us cowards because they thought we were too afraid to blame the family.
Something like that.
When we literally spelled out the exact case and proved that it was Santa Bill.
Yeah, that's right. Good old days.
I have never been more confident about anything in my life. And it's just unfortunate that it will never come to fruition because we're just not going to know. But I guess that's also better because I could just keep saying that I'm 100% right.
You can. I can't disprove you. Nor would I want to.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you.
You agree. We all agree. We're all on the same page here. This is our Titanic.
When Gary was 16 years old, he escalated from animals to humans. There was a 6-year-old boy out in the woods near the Ridgway house, dressed up like in a cowboy outfit playing. Gary asked him if he wanted to go build a fort. And then Gary took out a folding knife and stabbed the boy through the ribs and into the liver. Gary just left. He just walked away laughing, and later on said that he just wanted to know what it was like to kill someone. The boy survived, and this was tracked down like way after the fact. Like this is like an after the fact story, but it did happen. He left this kid for dead. Thankfully, this kid was able to get up and
6 years old.
So back then, the kid couldn't provide any leads to Gary. The police were never able to tie him.
yeah.
No, wild.
But if this kid would have been able to, could have been the end of the story before.
Yeah. Or he would have got a judge that gave him 90 days probation, and he would have honed his craft a little bit more in prison.
We'd be telling this exact story still.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think that would have stopped anything in Gary's life. So Gary graduated in 1969, and then in 1970, he got married for the first time to his high school girlfriend, Claudia, who was 19. Then almost right away, he was shipped out because he joined the Navy. He went to Vietnam, served on a supply ship, and he did see combat running supplies upriver in patrol boats. Vietnam is where Gary said the stuff with sex workers really took hold with him. He was in the Philippines on leave, and he started using sex workers regularly. He caught gonorrhea from one of them, and being pissed off about the whole thing, he started having unprotected sex with sex workers anyway, like knowingly trying to, spreading it.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I think we got a clip from Gary.
You keep saying.
I thought it was just a standalone. Damn it.
Wow, baby. Me so horny. Me so horny. You keep lying. Me love you long time.
There you go. That was Gary in Vietnam.
He had a tape recorder in his pocket, right? And that's what sucked him in. Those words. He was just like, oh, I have to experience this now.
No rubber. No Jimmy hat. I don't have a Jimmy hat, so.
While Gary was over there, back home, Claudia had an affair too. So the marriage was basically over.
They're just fucking whoever they want.
Yeah.
Gary was such a catch, though. I can't believe you, Claudia.
Dude, it's crazy. Gary gets married a lot of times for being Gary.
He's not what you'd call the most attractive man. Kind of goofy looking.
When you talk about him, like when I read this next paragraph, he fucking sounds insufferable.
Yeah.
Maybe these women all just loved cleaning soiled bed sheets. that gave them purpose.
Is that a fetish? Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Gary's mom didn't like it.
Well, or maybe she did.
He came home in 1971, and when he got back from Vietnam for a while, Gary got into religion in a big way. He started going door to door, witnessing to strangers. He would read the Bible out loud at work.
You're going to witness my foot up your asshole. You come to my door with that bullshit.
He'd read it at home. He'd break down crying after reading it. And during this same stretch of time, he was still picking up sex workers the whole time. So side by side, living this very weird double life.
That never happens. Hypocritical religious fuckwits. I'm really shocked. I've never heard of that happening before.
No, me
Very
either.
unusual.
Right around the time that he got back in 1971, Gary started working at the Kenworth truck plant, painting trucks. He stayed there for 30 years, same job, same place. He was really said to be really fucking good at painting cars. It doesn't sell as many books as being really good at killing people.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. I'm not buying that book, but
This dude's really good at painting cars.
yeah.
He could work that spray gun like nobody's business.
And he's the same type of dude that you hear about in all of these stories, right? Nobody would have ever suspected anything from him. He's weird, right? He reads the Bible and starts crying and
Yeah.
shit. Like, that's weird, but
That's weird.
he's not out there killing people. Maybe necessarily, right? Like, maybe somebody's probably had a suspicion back in the day about Gary. Like, but that dude's doing some weird shit.
But they don't know that. They just see him as a little odd guy,
Yeah.
does a good job painting cars.
Again, maybe a dude where you're like, I wonder what that dude's doing in his free time. Kind
That's
of thing.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely someone buried in that guy's basement.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I say that 4 times a day about people.
Exactly.
I don't ever expect to be right.
Makes you think, how many times are you right when you say that?
No.
Pretty good judge of people. I've probably been right more than once.
I was going to say, we're pretty good at this. We'll go back to the Santa Bill conversation 5 minutes ago. We know when someone's a killing fuck.
In 1973, Gary got married for a second time to a woman named Marcia, and they had a son, Matthew, in 1975. Marcia said later that Gary liked having sex outdoors, out in the woods and in public spots. He was very pushy into this. Like it wasn't something she was into. You
guys don't like that. You don't want to be outside to begin with.
I don't want to be in the woods, but I like being outside.
Depends on the location. I'd be okay with it, but yeah.
All right.
I mean, safety first. Come on.
Of course. Jimmy hats, too. You want to get gonorrhea out in the woods.
Man,
Double your pain, right? Pine cones in your asshole and gonorrhea in your wiener.
I suspect he was not wearing Jimmy hats, right?
No, I don't
He
think
gave
so.
that up back in Vietnam.
Me so horny. Me so horny. Did you watch Full Metal Jacket yet? I think we talked about this before. One of the greatest movies of all time.
Was I supposed to? Did I say I would? I don't think I've seen that. Have you seen it? No.
we were
Really?
both supposed to watch it.
Were we? I don't remember that.
Damn, pals.
All right. I'll watch that. Is it long?
No, not particularly.
Okay. So I have to mentally prepare myself for really long movies.
How does one go about doing that?
I usually just say, okay, I'll watch half tonight and half tomorrow because
okay.
I'm not going to.
Understood.
I like a good hour 45. Give me that. I will do 2 hours. And then if it's over 2, it better be really good. It's my theory.
All right. I'll remember that when I recommend
I'll look it up.
films for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Marshall also said that Gary would disappear for long stretches at night, like in the evening, and come home dirty and or wet. That he had a habit of sneaking up behind her, super quiet, while they were out in the woods. And one time he put her in a chokehold from behind with like an arm across her throat. And like he framed it as like, oh, I was just joking kind of thing. And some of those secluded spots that he took her to out in the woods were the same places where he'd later go back to and leave bodies, which we'll talk about that more next week. Some of that stuff with Gary, some of that behavior.
I'm going to say that in Gary's defense, just like Lady Gaga said, "Baby, when it's love, what's the when it's love? If it's not rough, it isn't fun." So maybe he was just
I'm not familiar with that lyric.
poker face.
Oh, that's yeah.
Baby, when it's love, if it's not rough, it isn't fun. Isn't that the lyric?
I don't know.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, sure.
All right, sure.
I'm not up on my Lady Gaga.
I'm not. It's just weird to start joking people out. Like,
Surprise chokehold on your spouse.
A little weird.
Ha ha! Booyah!
By the way, Full Metal Jacket is 1 hour 56 minutes.
Okay, there you go. It's a little past your
My preferred time.
preferred time. Yeah.
I just get bored with movies. Like I don't want to watch the same thing for longer than 2 hours. So I'll turn it off and watch, Curb Your Enthusiasm for a half hour, and then I'm like, all right, I'm fresh again.
For the 25th time.
Yeah. and I'll laugh for the 25th time.
That's true. I saw the best clip the other day. They just pop up on reels and stuff when they get invited to that poker game at Julia Louis-Dreyfus's house, and the guy folds his ace, whatever, and Larry's like, "You're such a cunt."
They're like, "Oh, you cunt!" And he says it like laughingly, and everyone's just like so offended. And he's like start crying and stuff, right? And his wife has to like console him.
So funny. Everyone leaves. They're so offended by Larry.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Summer is full of exciting times. Warm weather, sunshine, travel, and adventure. For many, summer is their favorite season of the year. For others, juggling it all can be tough and can lead to being overwhelmed and feeling like they're wasting their summer days. What are your plans for the summer? Maybe lounging by the pool, maybe a big family vacation, or maybe it's time to clean up around the house and catch up on yard work. Whatever you plan to do, feeling good and having a healthy state of mind is an important first step. So, this summer, stop and take a minute to think about whether you're thriving or just surviving, and make it one of your goals to take care of yourself. Therapy can help you better understand your needs, have more confidence, and create a version of summer that actually feels good. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works, with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session, based on over 1.7 million client reviews. If you're looking for quality, BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. To get started, all you need to do is fill out a brief questionnaire, and BetterHelp does the initial matching for you, focusing on finding a therapist that best meets your needs and preferences. You can also switch to a different therapist at any time. You don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/necro. That's betterhelp.com/necro.
By 1981, Marcia and Gary split up. So Gary was single again, and he was out dating, meeting women through a group called Parents Without Partners with his son Matthew every other weekend. In 1980, a couple years before any of the bodies started showing up, Gary picked up a sex worker and took her out near the woods and choked her. This was right around the SeaTac Strip in the same area where the victims are going to later turn up. She got away and went to the police, and they actually arrested Gary for this, but he told them that she had bitten him while she was giving him oral sex and that he'd only choked her to get her to stop. And the police bought it, charges were dropped, and Gary walked.
I mean, for the record, it's not nice to bite while you're performing oral, but I don't believe Gary here.
No.
I think he's lying.
Doesn't necessarily warrant attempted murder.
No, it doesn't. Well, it might, but I don't believe him.
Yeah, I don't think she did that.
No.
I'd like the record to show that I do not believe it warrants attempted murder.
If somebody clamps down on your cock with their teeth, you're not going to attempt to murder them to get them to release.
Well, I'm assuming they weren't doing it out of aggression. It was just like a sexual thing that went a little too far.
Like a little tooth scrape.
Well, that could be different than a bite.
Yeah, he said it like a bite.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about. Like I have to choke her.
Like she
or-
was trying to bite it off.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
Well, that, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I don't believe that happened, but if it did,
Yeah. Some people just want a little nibble or something. I don't know. I'm not into that. Don't do that to me, but I'm not going to kill you. If you're trying to bite it off, then there's an issue.
we can all agree on that.
And then we can all agree that this didn't happen.
We can all agree on that as well.
Okay.
This next part of the research is something that we completely didn't even talk about when we did this 7 years ago. It's such a big part of the story.
New necro in the house.
Rebecca Gard is the only person known to have survived Gary Ridgway. On a rainy night in November 1982, when Rebecca was 20 years old, she was 20 at the time, she had just gotten off her job as a telemarketer, and she was getting sick of waiting for the bus in the rain. So she started hitchhiking along Pacific Highway South. A maroon Dodge pickup pulled over. The guy driving the truck was just a unremarkable, boring, dull guy, was how she put it.
80 IQ, bad mustache.
Yep.
Lame-o, I think was the term probably used. He's a lame-o.
The only thing that she remembered was his eyes. She said that he had small eyes and kind of an odd look in them. But she offered him a deal, $20, enough to go buy some weed, and she got in.
So she was working a telemarketing job and kind of hooking on the side. Is that what we're think here? Okay.
Rebecca asked for some ID to feel safe, and Gary just pulled out his wallet and showed her his ID card from Kenworth Trucking, presumably because he had no intention of her surviving this encounter. Right?
I'm a professional painter, ma'am. 30 years on the job. You can trust me.
References on the back.
I paint within the lines.
I bet he does, pervert.
And that's the same thing he did with all of his victims. Another big one, can't remember if I bring it up later in this outline or maybe next week, but like he would flash a picture of his kid and shit.
That's in this one.
Yeah. So Gary had it down. This how to pretend to be this fucking doll.
Just I'm safe, I'm trustworthy. Where you got to go, get in the car. Probably he looked like a guy that they're like, oh, I could defend myself if I had to against this fucking dweeb. This lame-o.
This guy's a cunt.
Yeah.
I can take him.
Well, Dave, come on. That's out of line. I'm offended.
She directed him toward a trailer park, but Gary said he wanted to leave the truck and walk into the woods. She went along with it, and not long after they got into the woods, he attacked her. She said that he grabbed her, and they were rolling all over the ground. He was trying to cover her mouth and her nose. He got on top of her and was smothering her, and she just kept fighting to breathe. And at this point, he was now trying to strangle her. Somehow she got a hand free and was able to shove Gary into a tree hard enough to get that couple seconds to get away and start running. She got to a mobile home and started pounding on the door. Someone let her in, and she survived, but she didn't go to the police right away because she was using drugs and working as a sex worker. So she sat on it, and she actually didn't report this until December of 1984, more than 2 years later. But I mean, after that, 2 years back in the 80s, that's where things seem to turn for Gary. Like this is when it really kicks off for him. It was in the summer of 1982. On July 15th, some kids were out by the Green River near Kent, south of Seattle, and they found the body of a girl in the water. Her name was Wendy Caulfield. She was 16 years old, a runaway out of Tacoma, and she had last been seen alive about a week before. She had been strangled. Over the next 4 months, 4 more bodies showed up. Deborah Bonner, 23 years old, was found floating in the river on August 12th by a man working at a slaughterhouse in Kent. Then on August 15th, 3 more found close together in and along the river. Marcia Chapman, 31, Cynthia Hines, 17, who people called Cookie, and Opal Mills, who was 16. 2 of these women had been weighed down with stones, specifically with the rocks placed inside their bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cut open and placed in there, or like down the throat or something, or
I believe up.
Oh.
Up
I'll
and in.
verify that for next week, but
Ooh.
I believe that's what I read.
Yuck.
Around the same time, a guy was rafting down the Green River and spotted bodies in the water with rocks piled on them. And as he's taking that in, he looks up and there's a man standing on the riverbank. They make eye contact and wave at each other. And then the man on the bank turns, walks up the slope, gets into a pickup truck, and drives off. Years later, this person realized that was Gary, that this dude just waved at him.
Howdy, neighbor.
Did the guy not at the time make the connection that the guy waving at him might have been responsible for these bodies? Or is it like a shock thing? Like, I feel like my first thing, and I don't know, would have been like, hey, you fucking seeing this? When I looked at the guy, I'd been like, you see these bodies? We should probably call for help. It's a very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess if I spot someone in the area when I see the bodies.
Like, is your
don't
first
know.
thought going to be he has something to do with it? Or, hey, he can help me help the women? Or I'm not even going to make a connection between the two?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I take it as like a waving him down. Like,
Yeah.
hey, dude.
Oh,
like,
I see.
Please.
like not waving high, like, hey, help. And the guy just leaves.
right. Like waving, like, hey,
Okay.
dude, I got some.
Yeah.
That makes
something-
sense.
Something going
Gary's
on
like,
here.
my work is done here, sir.
Yeah.
Turns around and leaves.
It was more like Gary waved back at him.
Like, I acknowledge you,
Yeah.
but I'm leaving.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Well, this is my exit.
This guy's like, dude, I'm not saying hi to you. There's like fucking dead people down here.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to testify and get involved in all this.
Man, so creepy.
I got reservations at Chili's in 20 minutes.
Chili's.
It's connected to the Sears. It's going to be great.
I'm gonna stop by mom's, get my cock washed first, so I'm clean.
Mommy's got to wash my cock. I got a date tonight.
So, once all these victims start popping up really fast, and then 3 at one time on the 15th, police knew that they weren't looking for separate killers on this, that they had a serial killer working the river. And that's what gave him the name, the Green River Killer, before anybody really knew who he was. Get into Gary's MO. He worked the strip, like we said, Pacific Highway South, Route 99, the stretch by the airport where all the sex workers worked. That's the same road that his dad used to drive up and down on the bus and bitch about. Gary would later cruise it and pick up a woman. Gary said himself that he picked up sex workers because he hated them, specifically did not want to pay for them, and most of all, because he knew that they wouldn't get reported as missing right away. Gary figured he could kill as many of them as he wanted and never get caught. He said, and this is the fucking thing that he's famous for, is saying that he thought that he was doing the police a favor. He's saying, you can't control them, but I can.
Oh, God. This guy.
Thanks,
Guy
Gary.
fucking thinks he's doing animal control over here.
Yeah.
Go pick up trash on the side of the highway, asshole. Gary Ridgway's not a very nice man. I've
really
come
isn't.
to find.
He's like King Incel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you grew up, your dad bitching about whatever gripe he had with women,
Yeah.
then you're just going to impose it and take it upon yourself.
He did fuck, though, so I don't know if you can call him an incel, I guess, but
It's true.
same kind of mindset. Woman hater.
Yeah.
Gary Ridgway has one up on incels. It's the official because he did do a sex.
I guess. I don't know. When you put it that way, fella.
The way Gary got his victims to trust him was very easy. We already talked about that with Rebecca Gard. Just fucking boring, just an average looking dude. And if a woman ever got nervous with him like Rebecca did, he would just flash out his real work ID, real name, because, he's assuming that they're not going to survive this. That, you know what I mean? Like he has no worry about exposing who he really is.
Right.
He would also show his kid to further ease them. And one time he went further than the picture. He actually had his son with him out nearby when he killed a woman named Giselle Lovewarn. Afterward, like when his son's like, well, where's that lady that was here? He said that she decided to walk home.
Okay.
Yeah, I had heard that somewhere before. So he actually did have his kid with him, huh? How old was Matthew at this point?
I'm not sure.
So Matthew was born in 78. Is that what he said? So
When he had a son?
Yeah, like 4 years old. Because I've heard some podcasts represent that he was like 7 or 8, but this one podcast I listened to represented him like a year old, and
Yeah.
it was really distasteful. They did this awful mocking voice of like a little kid.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, it was
That's
gross.
disgusting. They should be canceled.
It was gross.
Super insensitive.
Yeah. So thanks for clarifying that.
Yep.
No problem.
I mean, bringing a 1-year-old with you is terrible, but this kid was 4, so
It's a little better.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Once he had a victim somewhere private, like his house, the truck, or out in the woods, they would have sex, and then he'd strangle them from behind with his arm across the throat. Same shit that he was doing to his ex-wife.
Guy thinks he's fucking Kurt Angle, choking these motherfuckers out.
He did that so much with his arm that it started to get sore, like permanently, like an issue. So he switched over to using ligatures, cords, ropes, stuff like that, because it was easier.
Imagine you gotta go to physical therapy because your arm hurts from killing too many people.
What just a bitch on all fronts.
I
He
hate
really
this
is
guy.
a cunt, Dave.
He is a cunt.
Oh, my arm's too sore. I can't be a serial killer. It's just twitching too much now. Fuck you.
Just insufferable, this fucking guy.
I think that's like one of the, I don't know how to say it. When people always ask, like, oh, what's something about the show that's like changed your opinion over the years? I used to be very interested in serial killers, and I am interested in talking about Gary Ridgway and stuff. But that being said, they really are a bunch of like man-child fucking losers. Really. There's not that much interesting about them as far as their psyche. Like, yeah, maybe it's interesting to understand why someone would kill, but I don't know if they're even any more interesting than the random killer that killed one person sometimes.
Some of them are. Like Ed Kemper is an interesting case study, just the nature of him and stuff. But I agree. Most of these guys are just fucking cunts.
But even him is just a fucking a little bitch boy about everything, like fucking crying.
Just a smart bitch boy then.
My mom was mean to me. I got to kill all women now.
Yeah, like there's something else in there that caused him to do that. It's not just abuse, but I don't know.
If one of these women would have had like just a straight up fight against Gary, they'd have beat the fuck out of him. But he preys on them. He waits till they're vulnerable and then he chokes them out from behind and whatever else. Like, get out and square up. Gary Ridgway ain't a serial killer anymore.
I agree with that.
What was it we just talked about on a show where we said we don't say ain't unless it's in like a derogatory sense? And he ain't a serial killer anymore. One of these women beats the fuck out of him on the side of the road.
I was talking shit about people that said, I seen it.
Yeah.
That's the origin of that discussion.
I just don't remember if that was like a Sunday show or a bonus show.
It was a bonus show, yeah.
Okay. Patreon.com/Necronomicon.
So, yeah, I seen that show was available at patreon.com.
I seen you over there at the Sears. You were buying yourself some nice jeans.
This next part's kind of where you get into the prosecutor saying that like Gary was just good at killing, like he, that Hollywood shit, because he, I guess, kind of was ahead of the curve for the time frame. But he would take bodies out and leave them in clusters in spots that he could find again because he wanted to go back. He'd go back to the body sometimes for days. But it's not always a sexual thing. He would go there almost compulsively to throw investigators off the track. Like he would scatter things around the site that weren't his, other people's cigarette butts, gum wrappers, and shit. He also started to spread women out down by the airport, out Star Lake Road there was a cemetery out there. That was a big spot for him. Up the I-90 corridor toward the mountains. And sometimes he drove them down into Oregon, so detectives in Washington wouldn't be able to see the pattern.
Doesn't sound like an 80 IQ guy to me, man.
That's why she said he knows how to do one thing, and that's kill.
Yeah. That's pretty smart.
And paint
Gary.
cars. We've established paint cars.
Paint cars and kill.
It's very smart to cover your tracks like that.
That is really smarter than most serial killers we talk about.
Did Gary just, I don't know.
Maybe he just didn't want to do school. He was like, I got my mom jerking me off at home. I got bedwetting issues. I have no time for arithmetic.
He was an innovator.
Start getting into the investigation a bit. A task force was put together, and it's going to become the biggest murder investigation in the country at that time. Before the whole thing's over, the investigation will run like some $15 million and pull in tips from citizens, psychics get in on the shit, all the classic stuff. The FBI gets involved. And none of this is on computer because it's all the early 80s. It's all paper and filed by hand. So.
Late night detectives working with bourbon next to them, sleeves rolled up.
Smoking cigarettes and shit.
Yeah. Just a smoke, like a haze in the room. The little desk lamp's the only lights on. 12-hour-old donut sitting in the corner from the morning.
Awful.
Hello, tip line. This is Sylvia Brown.
I think it's a white guy aged 18 to 57. Probably has a mustache.
Sylvia Brown. Dave's first crush.
Oh, my God.
I believe you had said that you admitted that was your first jerk-off material with Sylvia Brown.
Sylvia Brown.
She's scary looking.
Oh, that is horrific.
I'm not kink shaming. It's each their own.
I think you are, sir. There might be someone out there who did that. It's not me, but it might be somebody.
If that's you, please let us know. We would like to publicly shame you.
Dave Reichert was one of the first detectives on the case, and he would spend the next 20 years tied to this case, eventually run the whole thing, become a sheriff in the process, and then end up in Congress, all while trying to catch Gary. He said that there were stretches where they were finding bodies every week, and some weeks they'd find 6 at a time. He said on his very first day on the case, standing over one of the early bodies, the coroner estimated that they were about 45 minutes behind the killer. And like we said, it's going to take 20 years after that. How fucking frustrating would that be?
Good grief.
I could see just being consumed by that for your whole career. You're like, I gotta find this fucking guy. After you see the victims up close and all those dead women and stuff, I mean, it sure consumes you 24 hours a day.
That's a 2-pack a day job.
Yeah.
You're going through 2 packs.
Especially when it ramps up to the point where you're finding 5 or 6 in a week.
It's unbelievable, I'm sure. I don't know what that makes you feel like.
There were more incidents where Gary did have some brushes with the law. Like we talked about the one earlier where she actually didn't go until 2 years later. But in 1982, Gary was arrested for soliciting a prostitute. He was arrested on the strip. He was doing what the killer would have been doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so were a lot of other men.
And maybe they weren't even looking for him. I don't know. Maybe he was just so fucking boring that the cop was like, there's no way this dude is doing it. I don't know. That same year, police actually stopped Gary in his pickup truck, and he had a woman with him, a sex worker named Kelly McGinnis. They ran the stop and let it go. She is believed to be one of his victims. There's no way to know, if she was or not specifically, but
A couple of those Dahmer moments here where the police leave the victim with the killer, right?
Right.
On April 30th, 1983, 18-year-old Marie Malvar got into Gary's pickup truck on Pacific Highway South. But this time, there was somebody watching. Her boyfriend, a guy named Bobby Woods, was parked nearby, close enough to see, and he didn't love what he saw. It looked like Marie got in the driver's side, and there was some kind of struggle going on. Essentially, this dude's pimping his girlfriend is what's happening here. He's not some fucking good guy. Right.
I just assumed he was stalking her. They had a fight and he was just stalking her to see what she was doing.
I don't know. He's pimping her out kind of thing. So he followed for a while before he lost it at a red light when the truck turned down South 216th Street. Marie never came home, and her family just didn't sit on it, though. A few days later, her father and said boyfriend were out driving the area looking for the truck, and they found it parked in front of a house. They got the address, and they actually brought police straight to the house. The house belonged to Gary Ridgway. A detective went and talked to him, and Gary stood there in his own yard and said that he'd never met Marie, didn't know her, never had any contact with her. They believed him and left.
Shaggy defense, wasn't me.
Yep. Years later, Gary told them what had actually gone on was that Marie had fought him. She fought back really hard, raked her fingernails down his arm, and left deep scratches. So while the detective was standing there talking to Gary, he leaned himself against a fence, casual, to keep the scratches turned away, out of sight.
Wow.
It worked. After the police left, he burned the marks off his arm with battery acid. I got, how I was working in my car shop, painting cars, fucking battery acid on me.
Again, smarter. He's in the 99th percentile of serial killers with the intelligence of what he's doing.
I agree.
He's not a dumb guy. I don't care what the IQ tests say.
I don't believe the IQ test.
Maybe the prosecutor is right and I'm just talking shit. Maybe he does just know how to kill.
No kidding.
By this point in the story, the task force was getting very desperate. Desperate enough to do something that does really, really sound like some Hollywood shit. In 1984, they went to talk to Ted Bundy, get Ted Bundy's advice on this. And that's where we'll pick back up on part 2.
Well, that's a hell of a pause.
I don't know how we ever did this in one episode.
You're really at a dead end if you have to go stoop to asking Ted Bundy for help, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, we'll get into it. Ted Bundy kind of offered up his own services here, and it's in that time frame when like they are desperate enough to be like, okay, yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But we're kind of in Bundy's era of like grasping at straws to get the death penalty to push that back.
Yeah.
Because he really didn't want to die.
He did not.
Nope.
He loved
tried,
himself,
yeah.
man.
He tried everything to stay on this planet. Fucker.
And they're desperate. So they're like, all right, let's just hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Wow. We got 2 more weeks to go with this guy. We would have been done an hour and a half ago in the original part. Well, okay. Anything else for part 1, Ian? Anything else we should add to it? I know you got a lot more coming.
Next week, we'll talk about some victims a little more, some family stuff. It's a hard one because he killed so many people. We named a few, like Opal that we talked about. She'll come up again, but it's hard to give all these victims their due. You'll be naming like 80 women, I think, something in that range.
Right.
I mean, they always list Samuel Little as the projected most prolific serial killer in this country. Put him at 90 or something admitted murders. I think this guy's up there, right? Number 2, right behind Samuel Little, and possibly even more if there's.
I always forget about Samuel Little.
Yeah.
He was caught like during us being a show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like he's a
Not
newer
that
guy.
long ago. But Gary's up there in kill count.
Yeah. He confessed to 71. Gary confessed to 71, but he's claimed to have murdered or believed to have murdered between 80 and 90.
Oof.
Maybe we'll have to do an episode on Samuel Little eventually.
Some of those killings were out here by us.
Yeah. 93 plus. Well, yeah. Next week we'll talk about some more. We'll get into some of the victims, but can't name them off.
All right. Good stuff. Dave, what do you got for us on Patreon?
Well, thank you to new patrons. Cummies Confidential, LLC.
What was it?
Cummies Confidential, LLC. I'm going to need a mission statement before I invest in that company. Molly Muller, or Molly Mueller, however you pronounce it. Stephanie Rodriguez, Kayla Tuttle, Grace, Bailey Glace, Robert Wiener Rua, Kayla Ditz, Robert Jones, the Omnipotent, Aliens Ate My Mulva, Jungles Jafarbus, Breadward B. Breddington, very highbrow name, huh? Breadward B. Breddington.
Yeah.
Baron Willie von Who Did You Nick-a-Bollock-Off? Wendell M. And finally, one, Mike, I'm sure you'll be a fan of, Paper Cut on My Nipples.
Well, if you're fucking around with that, that's your own fault.
Thank you, new patrons. Welcome aboard.
Ian, what do you got on your end?
For Patreon, we just did Dave's Lost Stories. We just had some good stuff.
Yeah.
That was a
going on
great
there.
episode, if I do say so myself.
All kinds of explosions and flying in the skies and our pets' heads getting blown off.
See, all kinds of good shit.
Just did the murder of Megan McDonald for the Art Bell tier. Cut that into one part, so the saga continues on Megan McDonald. We'll get to her later. Or part 2 will be posted in June.
That was a on the We'll Do It Live discussion about, hey, let's just cut it here because this has been a long show.
Yeah, we're kind of getting like numb to names and stuff and people to keep track of. But so that's there, and there's some good stuff coming up in June. We had a good weed episode that has to do with aliens. Kind of like a stream.
All right.
It's kind of like a stream of consciousness.
All right.
All right.
Now we're talking, pal.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Good stuff.
All available at patreon.com. Dave, anything else on your end?
No, sir.
All right, Ian, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.